Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, welcome. My name is Amanda and I'm a 29-year-old living in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I like reviewing products and experiences. Today I am doing something a little bit different. I'm basically just doing a heart-to-heart and just like a casual chat about my birth control journey. This is something that I've been wanting to share for a while, and I think it might help someone out there. So if it at least helps one person, then I will feel good about this video. Again, I really just want this to be a casual, heart-to-heart chat. In no way am I trying to say like one birth control is better than the other. And this video is not to tell you what birth control to use or what you should use. This is really just purely just sharing my experience with the different birth controls that I have tried out in the past and how they work for me. Obviously, everyone's bodies are different and everyone has different reactions to different birth controls and all that. So yeah, I'm just sharing my birth control journey and experience and what I have gone through, and maybe it'll just shed some light or provide you with another perspective from someone else, just to let you know that you might not be alone in this. I guess one of the main points that I have learned is that birth control is really difficult to find one that works the best for you and works with your body. Oh gosh, yeah, it's almost like finding like a significant other. You need to find one that works right for you, that like fits you and your lifestyle. And it's just so difficult. There's so many out there to choose from, but I just wanted to share my experience on the ones that I have used so far. So I guess my birth control journey starts in high school. I primarily used condoms as birth control. And then, so I don't know, that's kind of basic, simple, straightforward. Don't really need to say anything there. Now fast forward to college. The first time that I actually did like some other type of birth control was in college. And I actually tried out the patch, and I apologize, it's been a really long time since that time. Basically a patch is like something that you put, I think you could put it on your arm, your butt. I don't remember where else because I typically put it on my butt. Just because I didn't want people to see it on my arm visibly, like if I was wearing short sleeves or a tank top. So I figured butt is usually always covered, I would hope so. So I would always put it there and hide it behind or underneath my underwear. And there are hormones associated with it. I do want to point out that like one reason why I got off the patch or stopped using it was because like it had a stickiness to it, obviously, because it's stuck to your body. There would be stickiness around the bandage or the patch, and it would always get on my underwear and would like be so annoying because I'd always have to clean it out of my panties, and it sometimes wouldn't come out, blah blah blah. Anyway, but otherwise, like it's very convenient to use. You know, you just put it on there and you basically don't really think about it. You kind of forget about it. But now that I look back, you know, I feel like maybe I was a lot more moodier, and you know, the hormones could have been part of that, and I could have been upset a lot more easily, very sensitive. I just felt like I was a lot more sensitive at that time. So yeah, eventually I did stop and get off the patch. So after the patch, I decided to try the pill, the birth control pill. So you take that like once a day, every day of the month, and then you always have to, you know, get a new batch of pills every single month. I'd always do like monthly trips to CVS to pick it up. It's kind of annoying. You can't get like multiple months at once. You have to get it once a month, every single month. I think the thing with a pill is like you always have to remember to take it around the same time every single day. And that's, you know, regardless of whoever you're with, whatever you're doing. So I chose like 8 or 9 p.m., but sometimes I'd be with my family around that time or friends, and it'd just be like awkward. You have to like, you know, go into the bathroom or go into a separate room to keep it discreet if you want to keep it discreet. But that is just me. I know obviously there are times where you forget to take it. Just the hormones in general just don't do well for me. I am probably more overly sensitive or just more easily irritated or angry or moody. That's something I noticed about myself after taking and being on birth control for, you know, a few years. Is just like my mood was just way worse, and it was just, I don't know. I didn't like that. I didn't like being super sensitive all the time. So yeah, I noticed that was a side effect for me. In terms of like acne, I feel like maybe my acne got a little bit better while I was on the pill, but yeah, so that was it. So after that, I got off the pill, and we just, you know, used condoms after that. And then eventually I learned about like the IUD. I know there are other different types of birth controls out there, but the copper IUD was specifically like one of the only ones, or is it the only one, that is without hormones. And that's what I was particularly looking for, was because like I didn't like how hormones really impacted my mood. I just decided to try the copper IUD because one, like it's like you set it and forget it. You put it in your uterus and you don't have to take it out for, you know, 5 to 10 years. And that sounded pretty awesome. So, you know, I was all about convenience and all about no hormones. And so I tried that out, and honestly, it was a pretty traumatic experience. Unfortunately, I know that the IUD works for a lot of women out there. So if you are considering it and you don't want to be freaked out, probably, you know, feel free not to listen to this part. As I tell my experience, yeah, when they put it in, they had a little bit of trouble putting it in me. I realized later on, or, you know, I got checked out, but my uterus is shaped a little bit more uniquely than usual, so that's why they had the trouble, but it went in fine. Eventually, I started cramping after the procedure. It's, you know, very simple. It's almost like, you know, putting a tampon in there, but, you know, you're sticking up something else in there by your by the gynecologist. So yeah, I remember cramping, and basically right when I got home, I was just like in so much pain. And I know this is typical of IUD insertion, is you get cramps for 1 to 2 days and then it should be smooth sailing. So I had really major cramps, and I think luckily I worked from home the next day and just like basically worked from bed. It was just painful. I could barely move, and I think I was also nauseous whenever I ate, so I didn't really eat much that first day or two. And I think I read that your body sometimes takes a couple months to adjust to it, so that's what I did. But I noticed that, you know, a lot of days of the month I would have really bad cramping, like worse cramping than I did with no birth control. So I would be taking a leave or Tylenol or ibuprofen whenever they would come up. So after 3 to 4 months, I was like, okay, it's not getting any better. Still having the same amount of really bad cramps every month. And honestly, it felt like I was taking a leave or, you know, ibuprofen like 10 days out of the month. Like, that was just probably not really healthy for me. And, you know, after realizing that, you know, I stuck it out for I think about 6 months, and it just was not working. Like, I still had consistent, really bad cramps. And so I felt like, you know, it wasn't worth taking so many pain pills a month, you know, just for that convenience. So I actually got it removed, and it's been a couple of years since then. So I haven't been on birth control since. So yeah, you know, like I just know that I don't like the way hormones react with my body. I did consider like looking back into birth control and maybe asking the doctor if there are different pills or different birth control with different levels of hormones that could be better for the symptoms that I was facing in previous versions. But I just, you know, I don't really love the thought of taking hormones in my body and all that. So I have been birth control free for the past couple of years. So now I just track my period with a period app. I use the Flow app, in case you're wondering, and I use that to track my ovulation. I'll typically use condoms when I'm ovulating. Outside of that, nothing else really. We're like in our late 20s, we're about to turn 30 this year. We're financially stable. We have a great supportive family. So if anything were to happen, knock on wood, I think we'd be in a good enough place to take care of or handle things if things unexpectedly happen. But yeah, so that's just basically my birth control journey. It has been some trial and error. I've heard of like things like the Nova ring or the shot. Or the implant. Like I don't know. I'm not good with implants or shots, and the Nuva ring also has hormones. I don't know, I'm just kind of done with hormones, honestly. So it's been a great past couple years. Like, my mood is so much better without hormones, and I like it this way. And you know, everything, I know exactly what's going into my body and what's affecting my body is pretty much whatever I'm doing to it. So that's really nice to know. You know, any weight gain, any acne, it could be just the hormones from my period cycle, or, you know, my own diet or healthy or non-healthy lifestyle. But anyway, I don't know if you got anything out of it, honestly. I'm just really just sharing what I've gone through. It's, you know, again, it is really hard to find like the birth control that is really right for you and your lifestyle. Props to all my ladies out there who are struggling with the same thing and trying to find the right birth control, because it does take some trial and error to get there. So yeah, I feel you. Like, we have a lot of options, but also I feel like we don't have a lot of options. And also I feel like there should be options for men too. So yeah, when is that gonna happen? Alright, I have something in my eye. So I think this is the perfect time to wrap up. That is pretty much my journey and experience. I hope this video helped you. If it did, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe. And let me know if you have any questions down in the comments below. And yeah, wish you the best of luck in your birth control journey as well. It's not easy. Anyway, talk to you in the next one. Bye.